We've had our issues with Jasmine in the past, but defects calling right now, that's like a real red flag. Like, this is an issue. This was yesterday. A could have threw you under the bus. The problem with her is she was out here on the prowl trying to get him to take care of her. That's her.
It's but it's also you did too now. No, I'm just saying, so that's why.
It is, but when you're taking care of your child, you should not be back in court.
Well, that's the problem about being a side hoe.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Well, she's not even a side hoe, Kirk. Not with her. It was, a situation that was unfortunate, but it's just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
I've been dealing with this for years. Jasmine, she needs to start understanding that you can't expect certain things, baby, because that's not what that's about. What it's about is Kirk financially taking care of Cannon. A lot of things that she talks about and wants are things that she wants for herself. And that's when you're losing sight of what is really going on.
After 25 years of constant drama, cheating scandals, and countless ups and downs, it seems like Rasheeda has finally reached her breaking point. The reality star from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has filed for divorce from her husband, Kirk Frost, following yet another cheating scandal. Despite standing by him through years of chaos, this latest betrayal appears to be the final straw, and she's now ready to move on for good. For many who have followed their journey, this news might not come as a complete shock, but it still feels surprising to see Rasheeda make this decision. Their marriage has been one of the most talked about on reality TV, with multiple cheating scandals, including Kirk fathering a child with another woman. Their personal struggles have always been public, but let's take a step back and explore how everything started. It all began in the 90s when Kirk Frost signed Rasheeda, a young rapper, to his label, D Records. What seemed like a simple business arrangement quickly turned into something much more personal. Kirk wasn't just managing her career, he was becoming a bigger part of her life. Over time, their professional relationship evolved into a romantic one, and in 1999, they got married. Their love story appeared to be the perfect mix of business and personal life. Rasheeda's music career started to soar with hits like Do, It, and Marry Mine, and she often credited much of her success to Kirk's guidance and support. However, everything changed when they joined the cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in 2012. Their relationship, once private, was now exposed to the world, and the cameras captured the highs and lows of their marriage. Fans got a front-row view of their struggles, and it wasn't always a pretty picture. One of the most significant turning points came when Rasheeda was trying to juggle her career with family life, while Kirk seemed to be heading in a different direction altogether. In 2017, things took a dramatic turn when Jasmine Washington, a woman linked to Kirk, made a shocking claim. She said Kirk was the father of her child. The scandal spread quickly, and it took months for the truth to come out. At first, Kirk denied the allegations, but a paternity test confirmed that he had fathered a child outside of his marriage to Rasheeda. The entire situation played out on national TV, leaving Rasheeda humiliated as millions of people watched her go through the emotional turmoil. Despite the pain, Rasheeda chose to stay with Kirk, giving him another chance. This decision earned her a reputation as a loyal wife, but as we've seen, even loyalty has its limits. Unfortunately, this wasn't the end of the cheating rumors. Kirk's infidelity wasn't just a one-time mistake. Over the years, more rumors emerged about his wandering eyes, alleged affairs with exotic dancers, suspicious text messages, and whispers of other relationships. Each time, Rasheeda was left to pick up the pieces and decide whether she should continue standing by him. It was never an easy choice, but she kept moving forward, determined to keep their family intact. Their journey on Love and Hip Hop was filled with emotional confrontations, heated arguments, and uncomfortable apologies. Despite all the heartache, Rasheeda focused on keeping the family together, while also working on their businesses and raising their children. But even as her career continued to thrive, the strain in her personal life became undeniable. Fans could see the cracks in their relationship, and many started to wonder when Rasheeda would finally decide that enough was enough. Now, it has been confirmed that Rasheeda has filed for divorce. After years of dealing with Kirk's repeated betrayals, she has finally chosen to put herself first. It seems that this latest scandal was the tipping point, but many people are left asking, why did Rasheeda stay for so long? Why did she endure all the humiliation over and over again? Even when Kirk's cheating was making headlines, she stayed by his side. Why? For Rasheeda, it wasn't just about love, it was about family. Throughout their marriage, Rasheeda stayed. because she believed in the importance of family. It wasn't only about her and Kirk, it was about their children and the life they had built together. She had made a commitment not just to him, but to their family unit. She was determined to make it work, no matter the challenges. But as time went on, it became clear that no matter how hard she tried, Kirk's actions were slowly destroying everything they had built. The loyalty Rasheeda showed wasn't just about keeping her marriage intact, it was about holding on to the family they had created, the brand they had worked so hard to build, and the life they had dreamed of. But eventually, the repeated betrayals were too much for her to handle, and she realized that she couldn't keep fighting a losing battle. Rasheeda's decision to file for divorce marks the end of an era. After years of standing by Kirk's side, despite all the pain he caused her, she has finally chosen to put herself first. It's a difficult decision, but it's one that many people can relate to. Sometimes, no matter how much love you have for someone, there comes a point when you have to let go and move on. For Rasheeda, that moment has arrived. For many people, it's hard to understand why Rasheeda stayed in her marriage despite all the public embarrassment. However, the truth is that she was deeply committed to both her family and her marriage. She faced each new scandal with strength, always trying to make the best choices for herself and her loved ones. Over time, though, as betrayals continued to pile up, Rasheeda realized that staying in the marriage was no longer good for her. The emotional strain of constantly dealing with Kirk's actions and repairing the damage had become too overwhelming. So, after all these years, Rasheeda decided it was time to take control of her own life and move on. This decision is a major turning point for Rasheeda. It represents the end of a long, difficult chapter in her life, but it also marks the start of something new and unknown. No one can predict what the future holds for her, but one thing is certain: Rasheeda is done making sacrifices for the sake of others. After everything she has been through, she's finally putting herself first. This time, she's not looking back. Kirk's actions played a huge role in the downfall of what was once a strong partnership. While it's unclear what will happen to him next, Rasheeda's choice to leave him shows that even the most loyal person has their limit. After enduring scandal after scandal, Rasheeda made the decision to close this chapter of her life and move forward, stronger than ever before. Despite the rumors and Kirk's repeated infidelity, Rasheeda held on to her commitment, believing in the strong bond they had built over the years. Their marriage was about more than just love and loyalty. It was also about partnership in both personal life and business. Kirk played a significant role in managing Rasheeda's music career, and together they built a multi-million-dollar empire. Their successful ventures included the popular Press Boutique, where Rasheeda showcased her skills as a smart businesswoman. They didn't just share a home, they shared a business empire, which made it incredibly difficult to separate their personal life from their professional one. This mix of personal and business matters likely made it harder for Rasheeda to let go. Walking away from Kirk meant more than just ending their marriage. It also meant untangling years of shared work and financial connections. For a long time, Rasheeda may have stayed in the relationship to protect what they had built together. It wasn't only about love anymore. Their family and business were so intertwined that leaving Kirk would have been much more complicated than it seemed. But even the strongest people have limits, and it looks like Rasheeda has finally reached hers. Sources close to the couple say that Kirk has been caught cheating again, and this time Rasheeda isn't letting it slide like she has in the past. She's no longer willing to forgive and move on as she did before. The trust that was already hanging by a thread has now completely broken, and Rasheeda has made it clear that she's had enough. It's no secret that Kirk has a history of infidelity, but the ongoing cycle of betrayal, apologies, and public embarrassment seems to have worn Rasheeda down. While the full details of this latest scandal are still emerging, insiders say that Kirk's actions were bold enough to make headlines, forcing Rasheeda to face the situation head-on. After years of trying to keep her family intact and maintain her public image, Rasheeda is finally ready to move on. Reports indicate that she has officially filed for divorce, putting an end to their 25-year marriage. For fans who have followed their story since the early days of love and hip-hop, Rasheeda's decision isn't much of a surprise. Filing for divorce isn't just a reaction to one event, it's the result of years of hurt, frustration, and betrayal. For Rasheeda, this moment is bigger than just the end of her marriage. It's a turning point where she's choosing to break free from the dysfunction and focus on her own happiness and peace of mind. Although Kirk's cheating might have been the final straw, the issues have been building up for years, and it's clear now that Rasheeda is done with the cycle of pain. Since the news of Rasheeda filing for divorce became public, social media has been buzzing with reactions. Fans aren't holding back, sharing their thoughts openly. One person wrote, "Rasheeda is an intelligent, beautiful woman. We all need to have self-respect. She should take some time for herself. I'm sure there's a good man out there for her,